Divers are cool. You want them and actually need them for everyday time telling, timing your activities, and being able to take a dip in the pool without worrying about the small things. And the luminosity is generally superb, lighting the way for nighttime endeavors. Today we'll be looking at 5 budget divers, but still, even though they cost between $50 and $70, they offer a lot of the premium things we like on timepieces, like sapphire, like a lot of stainless steel, great water resistance, even as far as 1,000 meters. Anyways, we'll talk about these 5 watches today. So these cost $50 to $70, all of these 5 divers. I will be leaving links in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're interested in some sharp prices. All of these divers offer water resistance from 100 meters to 1,000 meters. All 5 have sapphire crystal. One of these has a California dial design with Roman numerals on top and Arabic at the bottom half. All of the watches feature screw-in crowns and screw-down case backs. Stainless steel, of course, is on all of them. And the best thing, all of these watches are self-winding automatic pieces. And now, let's dive in no particular order. Let's start off with number 1, the Steeldive SD 1970. This turtle-style timepiece is almost iconic for Aliexpress. 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, 120 click unidirectional bezel, a signed screw-in crown, and a screw-down case back. It's offered in 3 colors, this blue, green, and black. The dimensions on this watch are really good, and this sort of warrants the thousands and thousands of sales that were made of this watch on Aliexpress. In regards to the dimensions, we get a case width of 43.5 millimeters, a height of 13.4 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 48 millimeters, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and a weight of 180 grams, without removing any of the links to fit my 6.5-inch wrist. The polished flanks are folding under the case, and that looks seamless. The lug hoods are radially brushed, fine strokes for a clean and refined look. The coinage of the unidirectional bezel is convenient to grip, minimal backplay and heavy resistance. These feel precise and secure. The blue hue is on the bezel, the slanting rehaut, as well as the sunburst dial. Notice the date window at 3 o'clock. This really expands the use cases for the watch. As for the luminosity, performance in terms of brightness and longevity is up there. Additionally, the pattern of loomed elements on the dial and bezel are stunning. The chili blue on the outer ring with the warm green glow on the dial. Powered by an automatic NH35 featuring 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour for $65, this is a bargain. For number 2, we have another Seiko Homage, inspired by Seiko's Save the Ocean thematics. This Tandorio provides lean and manageable dimensions, with a diameter of 38 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 42.6 mm, a height of 12.8 and a lug width of 20 mm. The weight on this rubber strap is 90 grams. The watch is powered by a self-winding automatic movement, the NH35, offering 42 hours of power reserve. The slab of sapphire crystal is in line with a ceramic bezel insert. At 4 o'clock, there is a larger than average guarded screw-in crown. On the back, we have a screw-down case back. Looking at the profile, we see a polished convex flank, gently rounded like a pebble on the seashore. Notice how short the lugs are, offering convenience for practically any wrist circumference. Although the dial is the visual magnet on this watch, a pleasingly deep blue hue with a horizontal brushed effect, signaling for a water surface effect. And also see the silhouettes of the seagulls flying east from 8 to 4 o'clock. The meaty battens on the dial don't make the dial feel crowded. I think the deep rehaut creates a bit of that open and visual space that we need on this rather small dial. I like that we also have a date window at 3 o'clock, in essence making this diver an easy life choice for stylish everyday wearing. For $60, it's a value-packed gem. At number 3, let's applaud Tandorio for offering staggering value for a classic-looking Homage, with a markedly manageable size. We usually see these kind of watches and dials at 45 mm, at 44 mm, but this one is just 42. The California dial is stark and interesting, combining Roman numerals on the upper half and Arabic numerals on the bottom half of the dial. This design came about 90 years ago, but it became popular with Rolex efforts, of course. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing, the actual time telling and legibility is enhanced using this kind of dial. The U-shaped midsection of the stainless steel case follows the case design of an iconic Italian horology house. The tall and fluted crown is actually the screw-in type, which emphasizes the premiality of this timepiece. Flip the watch over to find a massive screw-down case back, covering most of the rear end. The specs on here mark 200 meters of water resistance and sapphire crystal. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 42 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 47.5, a height of 13.2 millimeters, mostly due to the domed sapphire crystal, a lug width of 22 millimeters, and a weight of 100 grams on this genuine leather strap. The sapphire crystal is domed, yet the height is still manageable. The tan leather strap is in line with the warm tones of the shaded dial. This is a classy piece, no doubt, and really quite affordable at just $50. The luminosity is good in terms of brightness and longevity as well. And yes, this is an automatic, also powered by Seiko's NH35 self-winding automatic. For number 4, let's take a look at a super diver watch. So this is the Addiesdive MYH6 and it costs just $70. Even if this wasn't a super diver, it would still bring tons and tons of value. But it is, and that is good. Firstly, it's powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic, the NH35, like all of the 5 watches that we have in front of us here today, offering 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, and 42 hours of power reserve. It features a perfectly circular design. The lugs are positioned under the case, and the substantial 22mm stainless steel bracelet pivots straight down, meaning that even the slender wrists are catered for. In regards to dimensions, 46 millimeters is the diameter, which is equivalent to the lug-to-lug distance because, again, the lugs are under the case. We get a height of 13.8 millimeters, a lug width of 22 millimeters, and a weight of 215 grams. The sapphire crystal on here is 3.6 millimeters thick. The 120-click unidirectional bezel is grippy, the bezel action is heavy with minimal backplay. Even the sound is assertive and slightly muted, resembling the distinct clicks of a safe code. Another key point is that the bezel is loomed. Together with the dial elements, the chili blue luminosity pattern is quite striking. Addiesdive is known for its bright and long-lasting lume, and it doesn't disappoint here either. The 7.5mm in diameter screw-in crown is signed and positioned at 4 o'clock. The case back is screwed down, of course, and on the left of the case we get the helium escape valve. This is a 1000-meter water-resistant watch. A real, true super diver for $70. And now let's talk about number 5. So here we meet the Cadisen C8206, a versatile 38mm timepiece inspired by the vintage Tudors and Rolexes of this world, as seen by the hands and the bracelet pins. At $55, this is quite a bargain for such a looker. The square stance is another giveaway to the watches Cadisen is paying tribute to. This is a fully stainless steel construction. There are 4 dial colors available, this sky blue, then we get a deep night sky blue, black and ivory white. Also you can opt for the bracelet with a signed double pusher clasp, 3 micro adjustments and a milled folded wing, or a silicone rubber strap. Personally, the sky blue got my vote because the bezel markings are also in the same blue. As a result, the watch looks much more fun and carries more of a summer vibe with it. Considering the nimble dimensions, it's a piece for any wrist size. In fact, the color variations point to an unisex design. So with regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 38mm, a lug-to-lug length of 46mm, a height of 12.4, and a lug width of 20mm. The weight without removing any links is 140 grams. The 120-click unidirectional bezel sits tall here. The coin edge has a white threading effect, great for grip and control. The bezel action is stupendously good for just $55. Consistent resistance, minimal backplay, and a distinct ratchet during the rotation cycle. We get a loomed pip on the bezel and loomed dial elements. Powered also by the NH35, a self-winding automatic. It features sapphire crystal, a screw-in crown, and a screw-down case back, warranting 200 meters of water resistance. So there we have it, 5 very budget diver watches, $50 to $70, that's all they cost, and I hope you'll agree there is a lot of value that we talked about in regards to these 5 watches. Now, the links are in the description below the video. Do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.